hood, hierarchy, mob pad. Every single episode, man, we gonna give them a little background.
I know how I feel because I've been through that 1,000 times.
Lovely ghetto you, beautiful ghetto you, sweet ghetto.
We made so much doing that. I started taking that money, throwing the concerts.
It's your boy, Project Pata, Hood Hierarchy, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look, man, if it ain't in the hood, man, it ain't on here.
Hey, this your boy Mario Cannon, man. And you rocking with Hood Hierarchy. You already know what's going down.
Team Pretty P stand up. It's a wrap. Tune in.
It's Deli Dale. And whenever I got time and I'm relaxing and I'm chilling, I don't give a damn if I'm laying in the bed with you. I'm checking out Hood Hierarchy. And it's just that simple, just that easy.
It's 7 Up, man, straight from Brooklyn. I want y'all to check my boy out, Uncle Beats, Hood Hierarchy. Get the dopest interviews, the dopest content, the dopest platform, straight from Chi-Town, man. You know what it is, man. We representing Uncle Beats, Hood Hierarchy. That's the highest of prestige. Get it? You already know. That's on game. You heard?
Well, what's happening? It's the one and only HD president, Mr. Bow Bow Bow. This is Hood Hierarchy checking in. I'm signing out. HD4, bow, bow, bow.
Y'all know what's up. It's the Hood Hierarchy Mobcast. And it's me, Uncle Beats, in the streets like white lines, on the corner like a stop sign. If you want us to be all right, hit that like. If you care, hit that share. If you really own it, leave a comment. And if you really want to see us get out the trap, put something on that Hood Hierarchy Cash App. Survive, hit that subscribe, because we got to stay alive, baby. So, get ready, man. Hood Hierarchy, I'm making changes. I'm doing different stuff. So, I did the On Up spot interview with Bodine, and I was like, man, I got to do another one. So, who better than the one and only Velli, my guy, Brooklyn, Cali, you name it, he known that, Ashton Stone. I'm glad you're here, brother. You know,
appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. You know me, Mr. Do Re Mi, Paso Latino. You know what I mean? They call me Velli because I'm always the one. You know what I mean? T.O. See me 2 times.
One.
Yeah.
I love it. So, you know, we was out in Texas, South by Southwest. It was dope. How did you like it, man? Because a lot of people say there's no point in going to South by Southwest. So what do you think?
It's always a point in going and enjoying life. And South by Southwest was definitely an experience.
Right.
You know, you're going to run into a lot of big names out here. You're going to meet a lot of people. And people are taking away the importance of actually personally meeting up with people. Right. So, you know, what happens is you personally meet up with people and you build a relationship. You're not DMing them. They don't know who you are. You're not just the next person in the DM. They remember the events that happened when you actually went and met them, these people. And you get to see some dope performances out here. I mean, I done met KK, I met Benny, I done met Benny the Butcher. I done met with so many other people, Drama G, big coming artists out of Chicago. He already making noise, so stay tuned for him.
And that's why we're doing the Hood Hierarchy interview. So
we here with Big Beats, you know,
all from linking up, being here in Texas. We still in Austin, y'all. We still in Austin, and it's like when people say that, I just don't know, man. Cause like I did something that was the greatest thing ever. One of my guys, shout out to Maxwell. He's like, man, I need you to come to this stage, man, and check these artists out. So it was literally in the hood in the backyard. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, what? And he's telling the people about me, and I can help them in the industry and get them on the podcast. And it's like, honestly, it made me and Chablis as like the most important people out there for these artists. And they all rap some of the best talent I ever heard. And I'm like, man, this is just so so authentic, you know, to be in a backyard and people are really getting on the stage rapping, man. It was dope. Shout out to my guy Black Mexico. He was dope, and everybody else I met that day. But this is a hierarchy, y'all. Y'all know how it go. So I gotta do this. We gotta do this too, Velli. We screen everybody to come up in here, man. So with that being said, what city and state are you from?
Oh man, everybody know where I'm from. NYC, Brooklyn Harlem kid, Flatbush raised. Everybody know that. You know what I mean? I live out in California now, San Diego. I've been out in California for going on about 15, 16 years now. I got out there about 2005, 2006. Okay. And then I traveled back and forth and in between. So you know what's in between New York and Cali? Everything.
I was just about to ask you, man, would you going from one side of the country to the other side of the country, how different are they?
Completely. they about as different as the coast. You know, over in California, you got the palm trees.
Right.
You got, you know, the beaches.
Right.
You know, sunshine. Well, I live in San Diego, so it's always vacation time. It's always about 70 with a nice breeze off the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Okay. New York, you got the Four Seasons. You know what I mean? Bubble jackets, right. Timberlands. Right. You know. And we real fashionable in New York. And California is so beautiful. It's so nice. You don't have to really be worried about your fashion at all times. You can just go outside with some nice basketball shorts on. You know, it's more about what you hopping in and not what you rocking in.
Now, in New York, how would it be in so much? Because I know a lot of people that take the train. How important is it having a nice car in New York, though?
Nah. It's a luxury.
Okay.
So you know. And even sometimes when you have a car in New York, you don't drive it.
Right.
Because, so that's why I said California is more about what you hopping in and hopping out, right. As opposed to what you rocking in and out of the clubs. You know what I'm saying? Like in New York, it's important about what you wearing. You know what I mean? Is it foreign? Is it some shit niggas never heard of? Is it exclusive? Right. You know what I mean? And in California, it's more about what you driving in. You know, right. Who you know.
Well, let me ask you this.
What's the vibe?
Let me ask you this. Since you're a representative of both coasts, basically,
yeah.
He's gonna have to answer double questions when we screen him. So if I'm in New York and I want something to eat, something hood, where you sending me to?
Well, man, but we talking about New York City here. I'm talking about one of the biggest places in the world when it comes to, you know, culinary arts. So you know. No matter what kind of hood shit you want burgers,
we'll do Brooklyn. We'll do Brooklyn.
Well, Brooklyn is the West Indian capital. Everybody know that. So
hold on. Let me say something. I've said this when I was interviewing people. Queens, the rest of the boroughs don't get me. I don't know how everybody I interview be from Brooklyn. It's just I do love Brooklyn though. Shouts out to my guy Infrared. Shouts out to 7-Up. Shouts out to Fashion Godfrey. But
shout out to my man, Fabulous. We can't forget my man, Free my man Casanova 2-time.
Really?
Man, no, he's actually from my neighborhood, Cass.
Okay, dope. So we're in your neighborhood. Where you sitting at get something to eat from?
Well, if you like chicken,
right.
I would say go to Blue Mountain because they got the bomb jerk chicken.
Blue Mountain.
Jerk chicken, and they stay open mad late, so y'all go there after you get out the club 2, 3, 4 in the morning sometimes.
And that's in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, right there in Flatbush, right on Utica Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Next spot.
Hold on. No. They only get one.
Okay,
take us to San Diego. Where we eating at?
You want some good food?
Don't send me to no taco joint.
I'm about to send you to the taco shop.
Please don't send me to no taco.
Okay, so if we not going to
everywhere in San Diego. What
else? That's the hood food.
That's what I'm saying. What else could we do? If we have to do it, I will.
We gonna go get some bomb ass food in San Diego. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a real foodie, so
right.
I'm not really gonna take you to the hood. I'm gonna take you to a place like the Crack Shack.
I love that. So,
but you know what? I'm gonna tell you where to actually go.
What's that?
IBBQ. My man got a barbecue spot out there right over Spring Valley.
Right.
And that shit cracking. He got the bomb beans, he got good little deals for our 22. You get 2 meats, everything.
Okay, let me ask you this. Oh, hold on. Before we get in deep, y'all, for y'all people that's watching, in case y'all knew and y'all think we some chumps, look at this.
Hey, Uncle Beats, it's Maya sending you a big congratulations on your 100th episode of Hood Hierarchy.
Hey, that's right. This is episode 140 something. So, shout out to Maya for congratulating us on our 100th episode. So, now with that being said, you said something about, did you say the Crack Shack?
Yeah, they got a spot called the Crack Shack.
What is the Crack Shack? Because I need to know this.
They sell fried chicken.
Okay.
Fried chicken is all it's all free range chicken.
Right.
No preservatives, no extra stuff in your food. I'm gonna be honest. For me, when I talk to people in the hood,
right,
I'm more on the tip on trying to develop them into becoming better.
Right.
Because I know what the hood has been made to do.
Right.
So we taking turns into the left lane so we can do the right thing.
Oh no, we finna get to where your mind at. We gotta know you hood certified.
Yeah, but it's fried chicken. I'm gonna tell you something. It's fried chicken. It got 13 spices in it. I'm telling you, it got 13 spices. I know the restaurant owner. It's all and the fact that it's all natural. It really tastes like real good chicken.
Okay.
They make bomb fries. They make bomb deviled eggs. Right. They make bomb, man.
Okay, let me ask you the next one. This is important. Very important. What's your favorite hood movie?
Paid in Full.
Classic. What better answer is better than Paid in Full?
Scarface is the better answer.
You know what? I was talking with Velli and Chablis today, right?
But actually, Paid in Full is just more hood.
To me, Paid in Full is the black Scarface to me. It's
a true story. That's why it's way better.
It's a true story. And it's like, them dudes was all the way in New York. I'm in Chicago and I can relate to every scene of Paid in Full. Especially that's from my generation, my era, that time back then. It's just like, wow. When Paid in Full came out, I was going to the movies with a chick to see something. So I see that. I see Wood Harris, that shot down. Mekhi Phifer camera. I'm like, we want to see this.
Facts.
So we go see it, and I just can't believe what I saw.
I think that was one of the first DVDs I ever bought.
I couldn't believe. I went back to the neighborhood, and I just started telling my guys about it.
See this shit.
And this is the first time I've been going to the movies with men. We're like, let's just go see it. I want to saw Paid in Full like 6 times before it was on DVD, man. And after that, we won't talk about it, man. So
I had a Paid in Full moment the other day.
Tell me about it.
Actually, in Texas.
What happened?
So I went to pull up to do a video with some guys,
right?
And I really felt like the beginning of Paid in Full, they had stacks of money on the table, but
right.
it was fake.
I saw y'all. Keep going.
Had stacks of money on the table, and they had the burners and all the shit like. And for me, as I was watching it unfold, right. I actually still had the pictures in my phone that are really like this. Like I'm really living this. Like, right. So I was like, man, now you can see my life on the video. Right. Because people like me aren't really made anymore.
Okay, well, with that being said, I know he hood, y'all. I just wanted to let y'all see before this go any further. So with that being said, man, now when I met you, right, see, real recognize real. So y'all are looking at us like they had to be knowing each other for 50 years. No. When I met them, which is just this weekend.
I think I met you before another time.
But
to be memorable,
it was this weekend. You're right.
Yeah.
But we done locked in this weekend. So I'm like, I say, hey man, what you doing? You doing music? He said, man, I'm the best rapper you're gonna ever come across.
Actually, I said I'm one of the best rappers in the world.
Nah, he changing it now because
I never changed it. That statement is always the same. That statement is always the same. You know me, you know Do Re Mi Fa Sol Latino. I'm True Velli, one of the best rappers in the world.
You know, I might have remembered it how I want to remember it.
But I say it like that so people can remember it that way.
But I took it that way. So this what I like about it, right? Ice-T said this, right? He say, that's how you gotta come at it. He say, I got a record deal without a demo. And I say, how? He said, I told the man, if I'm selling grenades, I'm not gonna let you throw it first to see if you like how it boom. You either gonna mess with me or not. So hey, look at us. We're here doing this interview. So he must have sold me on it. So it's like, that's what's up. So let me ask you this. Cause my homie Konet is gonna make sure I ask everybody this. Who your top three, man? Who your top three rappers? Your
All
top
time, dead or alive?
Your top three influences, dead or alive.
All right, people gonna take my head off for my number one answer. Jay-Z.
Oh, dog. See, when you do that, now I gotta tell my Jay-Z story. So,
my number two guy next.
My Jay-Z story is this. This is what I like about these Brooklyn dudes. I had a homeboy named Classic, and this is before the internet. His brother ended up moving to Chicago, and my big brother and him hooked up, whatever. So me and him talking now about rapping. He's still in Brooklyn. So he hit me like, I'm like, man, let's do a feature with somebody out there in Brooklyn and do a feature with somebody in Chicago. This is around when Do or Die and stuff was cracking too.
So that's like 96.
Exactly. So he said, oh man, I got the guy. This dude named Jay-Z out here, he cracking. I'm like, I don't really know him. He's like, you got that song with old girl Foxy Brown? I was like, oh yeah, I have heard that. I think it was called Ain't No
I Got. No,
so I'm like, okay. And Tupac had just dissed him too. So I'm like, let's try it. So this dude calls me and say, man, yeah, they gonna charge us. You got 25? So I'm like, 2,500 on a feature for somebody? Chicago people don't pay for nothing. That's why I had to leave. I figured that out, right? So that's how I was back then. I'm like, man, I'm not giving this dude no $2,500.
This ain't 25,000.
Exactly. So I said what you said. I'm like, so you think 25,000 he worth? He's like, what? He's like, no. He wants 50,000. 25,000 is your head. I'm like, no way. But once, put it like this, I wish I would have got that feature. But once I started seeing him, and I'm like, man, he got that attitude. But I learned that that's how Brooklyn dudes is, though. You know, kind of like Chicago. But once I seen him, I'm like, man, he just knew. They had the confidence. They put in the work. But back to you, man. So Jay deserves everything he get. And I don't care what none of y'all say.
He gonna still be my number one regardless of what everybody else think. But so many people have so much feelings. Right. I don't care. Right. Lil Wayne was a big influence to me as I got older because we was kind of like in the same age bracket, and I just seen him take off. But I saw the difference between being raised as an artist, and raised in the streets. Dude, watching Wayne, and Wayne went nuts when he came. When I first was about to go to jail and got out of jail and stuff like that in 06, 07, he was going crazy. I was like, oh yeah, this guy. Dope. So he was a big influence to me.
Deserves it.
And last but not least, man. It's the NOTORIO. You just lay down slow. You see, I came out to Cali. Going back to Cali, man, like my nigga Big said. So Biggie Smalls. And as I grew up, the funny thing is, even though I live in California, as I grew up, I really wasn't a big West Coast rap fan. I never really listened to. I listened to Bay music.
Okay.
I listened to,
which is two different things. People don't understand that.
I listened to Mac Dre.
Right.
I had a cousin from Oakland.
Okay.
So he used to come to New York and come spend the night and stay with me for about 2 weeks and stuff. Like even when I was like 14, 15, 16, and he'd be like, "Yo, you gotta listen to this dude, Mac Dre. Listen to E40." I didn't know what the fuck E40 was talking about. Like, what is this nigga talking about? Right. We're very articulate in New York. Right. So it took me a long time to start liking E40, but he grew on me after a while. But one dude from the West Coast that I had paid attention to throughout my youth was Too Short and Tupac. Too Short because he rapped a lot with East Coast rappers.
Right, he did.
He was actually on Jay-Z's
it was
second album.
He was on they talking about
it's called
the record deals, right?
He got a song called It Was All Good just a week ago. And that was one of my favorite
Well,
songs.
no, he was on the other one too. On the Streets is Watching.
That is the Streets is Watching.
Well, no.
That's the Streets is Watching. You talking about the movie soundtrack?
No. What's Jay-Z's second album, man?
The
one with Imaginary Player.
That's the album.
No, it ain't.
I'm trying to tell you that.
All Good just a week ago.
It was on
the third album.
Okay, yeah, that was.
Yeah.
You're right. That was on.
But Too Short is on that first album. They rapping about the music business.
Yeah. Sometimes a rap game remind me of a crack game.
There you go. It's the song, I think, Before You Must Love Me, one of the greatest songs in the world, man.
That was a great song.
But
they remixed it too.
The You Must Love Me? They remixed it?
Yes, I might have
checked it. But yeah. Too Short had a verse on that. Then when he brought him back for It Was All Good,
that's
one of my favorites.
That song changed my life.
That was the one though. It Was All Good.
That's why I brought it up.
I'm with you 100%. That was the one though. So yeah, that'll have you liking Short. So with that being said, man, when did you decide to become a rapper, man?
I think I was born a rapper. So like the funny thing is like I'm really from the city where rap is. So my mother was a dancer. She was a professional dancer, like African dancer and contemporary and jazz. She was about to travel the world doing dance. So you got to think. So from the age of me being born, I've been around beats and music and counting and
even in our stomach, even in our womb. So
she was dancing when I was in the womb. So
yeah,
she went to Juilliard. So I was just around. She was matter of fact, she was the A&R with Puffy at Uptown Records.
Oh wow, dope! Shout
so
out
to
her.
I had the original 411 tape with the tape on it with the written songs, and I had Heavy D's album back then, and I just hadn't found my sound, my tone, and what I wanted to rap about because my life, I didn't understand how to maneuver the information, things I was going through in my life. And actually, I honestly hadn't dealt with them at the time, so I couldn't deal with them on the music.
So basically, y'all was sworn in it, he was born in it, if y'all don't understand.
This shit was in me since I was an enemy.
So, okay, when did you finally decide to do it professionally, though?
I'll be honest, I wanted to be a professional rapper when I was 15.
Okay.
I wound up selling a song for like 16 grand to Bad Boy.
Oh wow!
And
did they put it out? Can you tell us?
Puffy took it and chopped it up and took bars from here, took bars from there, took bars from here.
Okay.
And it wound up not being even a song how I wrote it, but I wound up listening and hearing my bars and stuff like that.
But you got paid for it, though.
I got paid.
Okay, dope.
I got paid. And that was probably the height of my music career. And then I really probably started the first time I really became an artist and started working into artistry is probably about when I came out of prison this time in 2021.
Okay.
I've dibbled and dabbled and
hold on. This is a hierarchy. It ain't rap hierarchy. Right. So when y'all throw it out there, my audience wants background on that. So how do you go from being someone selling records to Puffy, musical background, to going to prison?
Oh man, it's probably about 20 years in between then.
Okay, so what's the first thing that led you to what led you to going to prison?
First time?
Yeah, first time.
Robert. I'm from Brooklyn.
Robert. 7-Up. I see this is a Brooklyn. I gotta get you 7-Up and Crunchy Black on a song together because that's all Crunchy talk. I talked to Crunchy like, let me know if anybody needs to be robbed. So the Brooklyn ones.
Brooklyn niggas taking it. You ready to know the
taking it. I'm telling you, Brooklyn is taking it. So with that being said, that's the first time you went down for robbery.
First time I went to prison, I went for a robbery.
How much time did they give you?
Actually, I got out on probation right there, and then another robbery I had did prior to that came back to bite me in my ass because I had robbed the military.
Oh,
wow. I robbed a military base.
You robbed a military base? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
I robbed a military base by myself.
So when you say robbed a military base, like what do you mean?
Like I robbed.
Like a soldier or like how do you what's a military base?
I had information about the military base and shit like that, and you know, I knew where I would be able to get some money, and I knew what was going on. I was in the military.
Oh, you was in the military.
Yeah, so I had what happened is I had caught a case when I was in New York.
Right.
And it was like, well, either you can go to prison or you can go to the military.
Right.
Clearly, ain't no bitches in prison, but there's bitches in the military. And there ain't no money in prison, but there's money in the military. But I do know better. There is money in the prison. But at that time, I didn't know no better.
So they gave you that offer though. That's kind of
it was like close to 9/11.
Right.
So 9/11 had recently happened.
Oh, they needed more people. Right. They knew they was going to go to war.
I saw 9/11 happen. The plane flew right by my school.
Oh my goodness. Can we?
I told you I got stupid.
Y'all sit tight because we're getting back to that. Okay. So with the prison thing, so they gave you the offer. Right. So how long did you last in the military?
Man, I lasted like 2 years, man. Them niggas kicked me out, man. I had more fights in the military than they ever saw.
Wow. What was that like, man, being from the street and getting forced to go to the military, baby?
I honestly don't think it was the fact that I was from the street and I was in the military. It was I was in the Navy and they had me in a Marine Corps unit.
Okay.
So I was the only Navy dude with these Marines, and I was working the same job. I wasn't in the medical field or nothing. I was working on airplanes and stuff like that.
Working on airplanes. Okay.
And I was always smart. So.
Did they send you to San Diego?
Yeah. Okay. I was in Camp Pendleton. I was on Camp Pendleton. Right. And you know, I was getting into a lot of stuff with we're all new military people, and you know, these young guys in the military, they feel like because they're Marines, they can fuck with me or they tougher than me, and so I was just fucking them up.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that go to the military and it don't be what they expected to be, and they end up coming away with being a crook from the military.
I probably would have lasted longer if I went into the military without a girlfriend and had a whole other situation. And if I was smarter, if I was wiser,
right,
I would have did better.
So you was away from your girlfriend and she came, which how that work?
Well, I had a shorty back home.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she was going to college, and you know, I was supporting that and all that stuff. But the things that were important to me at that time were not the things that are important in life.
Gotcha.
You know, because eventually she was going to go by her way, I was going to go by my way, and we was going to become who we are. But you know, I was like, I ain't gonna lie. I remember one time she said something to me, and I probably appreciate this more now than when I was younger. And she said what she said to me. Right. She said, so Frank, I always thought that you could be anything that you wanted to be. And so this is what you're going to do. You're just going to take orders from somebody else for the rest of your life. So.
It's always a woman.
When she said that to me.
It's always a woman.
And this is somebody I know.
Right.
Like, let me tell you something. She was my neighbor.
Right. Oh, okay.
So she was my neighbor growing up.
Right. Okay.
Right. So she was somebody who knew me.
Right.
And she just saw the shine in me. She saw the light in me. She saw that I had the ability to be great. And she was like, she just didn't want me to settle for being a mediocre person. So then I got fucked up in it. Then I just started going crazy. It was all bad.
So how much was your first? How long was your first bit of time on there?
So what happened was I got 3 years originally, but I wound up doing 6 years straight. So what happened was while I was in the.
So I did six too. He did 6 straight. I did 6 straight. See, he know what I did. I already told him. That's why he's laughing. I don't think it's funny. Because I did a hard 6, unlike him, 6 months. But it's still 6, so we both did. You know.
I did 6 years. First time I did time. So what happened was, it was funny because I went to California State Prison.
Oh, so they sent you to. So
this
was a state one.
Right. Okay. So the first case was, I told you I had a robbery, and then I was on probation. And then they came and they violated my probation because I had this other robbery that was sitting from robbing a military base, which I did before I even did the robbery I went to jail for. So they violated me, so then I wound up doing
Now I gotta ask you instantly, what was it like being from the East Coast in a California prison? The state prison too.
But now I gotta open up a whole nother bag of worms.
We got time.
Because I'm a Crip from New York.
Wait. So when you were offered to go to the military or go to prison, you were a Crip.
Right. That's how I originally put the case. I was at a meeting. They had a gang raid.
Right.
You know, you got. If y'all don't know, they have gang task force.
Okay.
So they gang raided us. I got caught up. They arrested me, and that's how I had my original case because I had some weed on me, and weed was illegal at the time. So they was like, when I went to the court, I was like, well, you have an opportunity to change your life around, and yeah, I changed it right in the prison.
Wait, before we now you taking me into something else. See, y'all be thinking I'm gonna do this for an hour, and I be trying, but it's people like this dude to just come with so much, and I already tell y'all he gonna have to come back a couple times so we can get all this. But this is what I want to know. This is what I always wondered, right? How do someone from New York? Because at one time, like when I was coming up, New York dictated to the world. All we wanted to do was be like the dude from New York. Like I wanted to be like Run DMC. I wanted to be like Russell Simmons. I wanted to be like LL. So how did y'all go from? And a matter of fact, New York used to even try and play the West Coast shady. To tell you the truth, East Coast, West Coast beef or whatever, right? So how does somebody from New York end up being part of LA gang culture?
Well, actually, there's Crips and Bloods in New York.
Right.
So, the people who basically were in the generation before me as Crips were the originals. Okay. In New York. So I probably turned Crip in 99.
Okay.
I was about 14. And I honestly joined because I had a problem with some Bloods because we did some dirt together, and then they tried to throw it off like I ran off with the money when it came to time to pay up guy who put us on.
Right.
So, you know, that kind of put my life in kind of like a uncomfortable situation.
Get it.
So so now we enemies. So if we enemies, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So
well,
now I became a Crip.
You know what? And when you say that, right, you get so many people who be like, I don't have to be, I wrote by myself. Yeah, but when you got a whole neighborhood of a whole nation of people coming at you, you're gonna have to pick or you're gonna have to move.
You ain't nowhere to move.
That's what I'm saying. When you got nowhere to move, you have to fight that fire with the fire. You know what I'm saying? So you will have people that'll live somewhere and be a rival, and people be like, how did he live over there? Because they know he got that bag up. They know you do something to him, he making that phone call, and we just gonna be tearing this place up every day.
And I was definitely, and because it came with so much animosity for me, originally off the jump, I came with the smoke.
Right.
Originally off the jump, I was like, it was like, oh yeah, all that, oh, we gonna fight in the park and get out? Nah, I don't want to go in like this. I'm going in.
Right.
I'm going in. We ain't gonna tell like, we ain't gonna put all the details onto that, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
So when you and Kelly locked up, being a Crip from New York, do the West, or did they, or do the West Coast and East Coast Crips embrace each other, or do they got a problem with each other?
We could never have a problem with the West Coast being from the East Coast, because at the end of the day, we have to accept the fact that they're the originators.
Okay.
So basically, they I'm gonna be honest, they was on my ass. When I went to prison, I was young too. Right. Fresh 24, 23.
Right.
So I was what you call a torpedo, a missile.
Okay.
So, and they gonna and this is the thing about being from the street, no matter where you at.
Right.
People gonna respect you if you demand your respect.
I get it.
So I always took it to my heart,
right,
that I was the representation of what a New York Crip was.
Okay. So
I turned down no fades.
Right.
Every time somebody on the yard had a problem with neighborhood Crips, guess who was fighting? Me. I done been in riots. I remember there was a riot with all the black people and all the Mexicans. We was going against each other, and when we turned around, mad people ran into their cells. I'm talking about, I was like 50 of us versus like 250 Mexicans.
Right.
They pulling out shanks this long, like looking like swords. And and I'm fighting with Bay niggas and all kind of shit. And I done got transferred to other prisons. I remember I punched a nigga out the prison before.
Okay, so what?
I hit him so hard.
Did they charge him with escape?
No, I hit him so hard that he had to get the medical evac.
Oh, okay.
Get him up out of here, boy.
So when you say they was on you, what I'm asking,
They didn't respect us.
Did the they did embrace you?
They I'm gonna tell you something. They took me in,
right? But
they didn't respect my cripping.
You had to earn it. You had to earn the respect.
Right. They didn't just be like, oh, he's a New York Crip, come on. No, it was, oh, where are you a Crip? You from where? He from New York. I'm gonna tell you, the first meeting I went to, I got knocked the fuck out.
I get it.
They was like, yo, so what that Crip be like? And I split these codes because if you know anything about New York Cripping,
right,
during the time when it was younger, we had something called the 8-ball, which meant that we had information from the GDs, and we were structured like the GDs, but we were a LA gang. So when they say, what's your Crip be, what that blue be like, you had a code like a GD. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Right. So that was the joke forever. It was like, nigga, don't you, boom. They're like, don't you ever talk like that. That's not what cripping is about.
Oh, so the LA ones wasn't
right, that's not how they crip.
Right.
So what we learned was not what was taught over here.
Right.
So I had to get restructured as a crip with California information. So as my time went on, I wound up going to, when I got out of state prison,
right,
I went to R&R like everybody, you go get your dress outs and all that good shit. I was picked up by the federal marshals.
Hold on. Everybody hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share, hit that Cash App, because, man, this story is worth so. Hold on, y'all got to get a commercial.
Church, preach, tabernacle. It's the only way we gonna get any action. Uncle Beats, I gotta tell you, man, you've been having a good year. Continue to chase money and not hold. All right now.
Hey, we at my Airbnb. It's definitely a party going on out there. But I had to have him come here because I needed this. So, you say the federal marshals picked you up. Why?
Federal marshals picked me up because they were my ride. Because I was on my way to federal prison.
For what though?
Because I robbed the military.
Oh, so these dirty dogs.
So during my state time, I got picked up by the feds to go fight my case back in San Diego.
Oh, that's what you mean how it came to bite you.
Right.
Okay, right.
Okay, bite you back my ass and but the beauty of it was now I'm restructured as a California Crip. Right. I'm restructured with the California Crip mentality. Right. So now I'm going to federal prison.
Oh, so you caught your regular robbery in Cali.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
I never got caught doing a robbery in New York.
Okay. Keep going.
I said what I said.
Keep going. Hood hierarchy, baby. Hit that like. Come on, keep going.
So I don't mind talking about this stuff because I already did my time for it, so I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell y'all about nothing they ain't caught me for.
Because he did nothing else, y'all. Just learned his lesson. So keep going.
So so the feds come pick me up, boom, and I wound up going to do most of my time on the East Coast in New Jersey.
How much time was you facing?
I did another 3 years.
Okay.
So they wanted to give me more, but the way I argued it to my lawyer, and my lawyer took this and argued it in court, was that since they originally had caught me, since I originally had did this crime first, the federal crime, they should have got my time first, and the time in the state would have ran concurrent with the federal time, and I would only have to do one time. But since they're doing it backwards, the state time was going to run concurrent with the federal time. So what happened is they had to come back, and they wanted to give me, now I'm going to do double time. So what we argued is they should have got their time in first.
Right.
And then, right.
They tried to do consecutive.
Right. So we wound up taking the time off that was already done in the state off my sentence. So I wound up only doing like another 36 months.
So only another 36 months.
Hey, it's better than the 57 they was going to give me.
Woo!
Yeah, that changed the story real quick.
And trust me, y'all, 6 was hard, okay? 6 months.
Jail time is harder than prison time, I'll tell you that.
You know what? I never went to prison, right? But when I was in there, I'm never going to go.
Go stay out here.
You know, I beat my cake. I beat my fair case. I'm going to go different. But this ain't about me, yo.
It's about the hood.
This is about Two Velli today. Y'all look him up. Two Velli. Y'all tell me your Instagram right now.
TOOVELLI official. Once you type TOOV in, I should pop up anyway.
Tell them where to find your music at.
You can find me on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. I got some dope ass freestyles if you check me on Instagram. Acapella joints. And you can always come see me live. You know what I mean? I'm actually going to be traveling all the way across the country doing shows. So when you see me pop up in your city, you better make sure your ass go get that ticket.
I'm definitely gonna be booking them. So now back to this, man. You just got me out. You just hit me with so much.
Okay, we went to the feds now. We in the feds.
Now you're in the feds.
Right.
So how different is your cripping now? Did you kind of know how to
feds?
Did you know how to eat West? Because now I'm sure you're West.
Now I'm a savage. The problem is I'm a savage at this point because I've been a missile the whole time I've been in jail.
Right.
In prison. I've been a missile. I've been fighting every gang member and every person that has a problem with the Crip call for 3 years.
Right.
Well, maybe 2 because I sometimes stay, but anybody time somebody come on the yard and they're like, yo, this thing got a problem with us.
Let's go.
You got that. After a while, I'm just going.
You didn't care.
I'm just going. I'm just going. So
you just wow. You don't care.
I do care. I care because I am the face for New York Crips to these West Coast California Crips, and I need to make a statement. So
I get it though, cause like my brother, he used to be, cause you know my brothers, we weren't no big gangbangers or nothing. But he's like, man, they never finna see us weak in this neighborhood. So anytime they wanna run up on us, we gonna take it all the way till they tap out.
Right.
You know, you used to get people that say like, somebody like, well, I gotta live around here. And my brother was like, yeah, they gotta live around here too.
Yeah,
so,
you gotta see them more. So if you bitch up right now, you gotta think, if we in prison, that means if you bitched up, or you did some bitch shit, that means everybody in the whole prison know you a bitch.
You're a bitch, so you either stay there or beat it.
So you know the beauty about it was I ain't never had nothing like that in my blood. So I'm running them out. I'm having a blast at this point. I'm fighting so much. I'm just having fun with it.
Well, let's pause something, man. Cause you know I don't let nobody get on here, y'all, without doing the homework on them, right? So we gonna start calling this part is they say, cause you know they always say something, right? They say you beat a case facing a lot of time.
That's true.
And what was that case?
I was actually facing 35 to life for aiding and abetting robbery, kidnapping robbery, shooting inside of a dwelling, and trying to help the main robber escape. So aiding and abetting is when you help somebody. Right. So they basically were saying I was supposed to be his getaway driver. Right. I probably didn't know when you have any information about this case. Right. I'm just a solid dude, and he pretty much figured, hey, if I need help and he's around, he's gonna do the right thing because he's just built like this. Right. So he wound up doing a robbery, trying to rob a dispensary, getting shot 3 times.
Wow. So that wasn't that long ago.
No, this was about 2014.
Oh, well, I forget too. Y'all had dispensaries way before us.
Right. So it was about 2014.
Right.
At this time, I already had gotten out of prison. Right. I'm married. I got my daughter, custody of
How
my
many
daughter.
prison years you got under your belt by now?
Incarcerated years, I have 10.
Okay, keep going.
Prison years, I probably had about 8.
Okay.
So I fought that case for about 16 months. I had a public defender, but not a regular public defender. Like this is like the public defender who takes over a case when they have like problems.
Okay.
So he's what they call I don't know what they call him, but his name was Martin Schiller. He was dope as fuck.
A dope. So you had a dope public defender.
Yeah, his name was Martin Schiller. The first time he met me, he told me we was gonna beat this case.
Let me ask you this: how did it feel? Because clearly you was innocent. You beat this one, right? How did it feel to do this 10 years? Like, how long were you out before you had to go right back in?
I was actually out for about 2-3 years before I fought this case. I got my daughter, custody of my daughter. Right. I got married. Me and my wife, we was doing pretty good. Right. I was playing professional poker.
Right. Okay.
And things was going really good. I had a weed business. I was dealing with a lot of marijuana at the time, and I was pretty much, there was no reason for me to do this crime.
That's what I'm saying. So how did it feel? And to be facing all that time, it would have just really, you would have been over with, right?
You know what the funny thing is? I went into it with the thought processing of I'm here to learn something. Right. I'm here to get the information I need to get in order to grow and become the person that I'm meant to be in the future. I'm meant to be in life. So I never took it as, I always believed I was gonna walk out. No. I didn't like it, but I always knew it was gonna be for the better. And it built a lot of bonds and it built a lot of character. Right. It made me understand it made me be a lot more humble. It changed the way I dealt with big time. I get it. Because like I said, when I was leaving the state and going to the feds, I wound up going to the East Coast to do fed time. Right. So now I'm pretty much the most important Crip on the yard because I'm coming from California State Prison. Now I'm on the East Coast doing. Right. Now I got the car. Right. So now I'm teaching them how we California Crip.
So when you're facing this time with this case that you was found innocent on, were you still in jail or were you out on bond?
I was in jail. My bail was like $2 million.
Ooh, so how did somebody implicate you in that? Like how did you get out?
So when the police were coming, so basically dude ran outside. Right. I wasn't even on the block. I was driving up the street. Right. Boom. And he's like, bro, help me. A white dude was chasing him with a bat. Like, nigga, I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, oh, this looks mean. So the dude runs around my car and the dude hits him with the bat. He jumps. I tell him, hop on the hood. I drive around the corner. Boom. Stop the car. Throw him in the back seat. He's shot 3 times. I'm trying to take him to the hospital. The police get behind me, blurp us. I get out the car, hands up. He get out the car. He take off. I'm laying on the ground. They stick the dog on me. The dog done bit me up all here. Wow. You see the scars right here. I got all dog bites right here. You know what I'm saying? Dog grabbed me up the block, everything. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking like, shit, I'm not trying to get shot, so I ain't gonna make no sudden moves. Wow. So, you know, they try to talk to me. I'm like, lawyer. Right. You know what I mean? And they even made up some shit that they said I said, but they have no evidence, no proof, and no Miranda rights.
You know what? You just made me think of something that I just gotta know from your opinion, because you gotta be reputable with what you said. So lately, stuff been coming up with these guys getting arrested, right? Mm-hmm. So they had one guy, King Yellow from Chicago, in Vegas. So they snatch him up, gun case or whatever. So they're asking him questions about the affiliation of other people. Do you got beef with so and so? What is he? He a BD. He a GD. He a so and so. Is that snitching telling what affiliation somebody is?
It's not snitching, but it's just giving too much information. Like the number one rule, and the thing is, they I want people to understand this. The police force, law enforcement, They work with psychologists to teach these people how to manipulate somebody's thought processing into answering questions without them thinking about what they're doing. That's why the Miranda rights are put in place.
Right.
So what happens is they snatch them up, they pull you up out your comfortable home, your comfortable life, you making money, you ain't doing nothing wrong. Oh yeah, ooh, yo, you know this, yo, this dude said he knows you and you were this. And you're like, no, that was that, like they just catch you off guard. It's giving too much information. It's not snitching. Snitching is a perspective, has a definition to it. Snitching is telling on somebody who's doing a crime or implicating somebody into a criminal act
Right.
in order to put yourself in a better position.
Gotcha.
You're not, or because they're doing something that you do not like.
Let me ask you this. So, with the people, you have people saying, "Man, I get arrested, I don't say nothing." I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to grow into being a person to say, "Yeah, hey, no disrespect. When I get my lawyer, then we can see what he say to do." So, it's something. Does that make you a snitch if you try and talk to the people?
It doesn't make you a snitch because you're trying to talk yourself out of the thing. Right. It just makes you ignorant.
Okay.
It makes you stupid. You know, these people can't help you. Right. The police can't help you. They don't have any power. All their job is to protect and serve. Right. All they can fucking do is arrest you, right, and then hand it over to the DA. It don't matter what they tell you. They can't help you with anything.
Let me ask you this. So was that something they had to grow on you, or you just knew?
I knew they could never help me. My aunt was a lawyer, but was a civil justice lawyer, and I always knew that they couldn't help me because these motherfuckers are stupid. They don't have most police. I'm gonna be honest. Most police ain't been to college. Yeah. Most police, they just become police because they don't have any other job that they could do that's going to become a career that they can just move and be comfortable with. Like it's like becoming a trash man. Mm-hmm. Nobody goes and be like, "Hey, I want to be a trash man." There are some people who say they want to be police officers, but a lot of the police officers is just like people who went to the military. They just didn't have nothing else that they felt like they could do at the time, and they just signed the fuck up. Now they just following orders.
You know, the person who taught me not to tell the police stuff was my mama. And, you know, because there'd be times that they said you told them that you was going bowling or whatever. Like, when you get arrested, just don't say nothing. Just shut up. And little did I know that was preparing me for when I caught that Fed case to know what to say. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get taught that. But like you say, your auntie taught you. So
you know what's funny? I wanted to stop you for a second because you stop me all the time.
Well, I'm gonna stop you. I told you that.
You the hood hierarchy.
I told you that. Come on.
No, but you know what the funny thing is? Like when I try to tell women and stuff like this, when people start dating them, try to get out of the habit of asking your man so many questions. Stop get yourself out the habit of asking your son so many questions where he has to detail and give you information because you're setting him up for failure. Okay. You're setting him up for failure because one, you're telling him you don't trust him. For two, you're telling him that you need to give him every detail, and it trains the mind to give information when you don't need to. Mm-hmm. Only information you need to know is things going well, and that's it.
You know what? I want to argue with you, but I can't. Yeah, I want to argue. So, listen, y'all. I don't like this guy, man, because we almost at an hour.
We ain't even halfway.
He got to come back.
I didn't get to this.
So, when he come back, it's going to be live. But I'm glad you showed that. But I got to ask you this. They say that you got shot. That's what they say. What's the truth to that, man?
Oh, man. I got blasted. I got hit with a shotgun point blank. You know what I mean?
Point blank? Where?
2 inches away.
Like where did it hit you at though?
I owned a limousine company after I got out from fighting the case.
Oh wow.
Me and my uncle had a limousine company, and I was dropping some people off in the brims of San Diego.
Right.
And it wasn't even, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, it wasn't even them who shot me.
Okay.
So somebody comes to my limo. People come to my limo all the time, asking questions. And dude puts a shotgun in my window. Where you from? Boom! Don't even let me answer nothing. Just shoot me point blank. And by the grace of God, I was able to block it. And I had some really good doctors. And I still got the bullets in the arm. You want to feel the bullets? Feel the bullets. Okay, still got the bullets in the arm. I got like 100 pellets in my arm still.
Wow. So, what was that like, man? To get hit with, like, were you still conscious or did you?
Oh yeah, I was in complete. The people I dropped off, I wound up running down.
Oh, they were. Oh, okay.
They was walking up the street. I wound up running up to them, tell them I got shot. They went upstairs. I had to tell the dude's sister to go give me a clean shirt or a towel. I told her to wrap my arm. She got nervous. I had her brother come wrap it. I had one of the chicks call my wife. I had the other chick call the ambulance. And I was completely in control. When the doctors came, they was like, man, this is crazy. Your pulse is still at a 55. I wasn't even nervous about it or nothing. When I woke up the next morning in the hospital, my arm was banging. I was like, ah, but once again, it was just like the fighting the case. And honestly, something happened to me that when I got shot, I believed this and I remember this. I remember seeing an angel. And the angel told me, like, I have an opportunity to live, but I can go to paradise right now if I would like to, because I lived a pretty good life, or I can finish out my purpose on this world. But in the process of this, I'm in jeopardy of losing my soul. So, and there's many ways that can happen because this stuff is way beyond me. You know, you might think it's about hurting somebody or killing somebody. It may be that you lose your soul because you no longer follow your passion.
Hey, like, for real. Everything happened for a reason. Even you sitting here with me, like, when this go viral and take this to another level. If one person listen to what me and you talk about it and make them change their life, they might have a kid that's gonna have a cure for cancer or something. People don't realize, like, all this is connecting, all this was written. So it's like,
and that's why I say don't question so much when it comes to what people are doing, because you have to let them live the process. Because if you question it, you make them doubt it because you're doubting it. Especially if it's your child or somebody who look up to you for guidance. Don't scare them out of taking the jump of faith.
And more important, I don't care what your religion is. Don't question God.
Like, just have faith.
Like when my son died, I didn't enjoy it, but I never questioned it. When I was in that coma from COVID and I came out and they're like, hey, you gotta learn to talk about again. I'm like, hey, fine with me. I didn't question it because I like maybe God gotta show somebody this is something real. Let me make it happen to somebody that's popular, so to say, that y'all look up to. They're like, this ain't a joke. So it's like, you can't question stuff. Just roll with it, man. Like you say, I stop all the questions. Stop all the now.
Just because you don't like it doesn't make it bad.
Just because you don't like it. Because everything he's been through, everything I've been through, everything some of y'all have been through, just remember, God picks his toughest soldiers for his toughest battles. I've seen somebody say on Facebook, they're like, check on your strong friend. They might be having a breakdown. And I put on that, well, then they're not strong. And I was dead serious. It was like, I wouldn't be in disrespect. Like, that's how I feel, because I don't get a chance to have breakdowns. I don't. I have to keep it moving because people depend on me. Like this man is my friend for life now. I have real friends that I call and check on, and they call and check on me, and we say, hey, man, so-and-so out there. Like, that's what's missing. You know, like he has somebody come to Chicago, he comes, hey, what should my people go? That's the point of the screening. Because these people are reputable people that's going to send you to the right places. They're going to say, don't go over there. But before you go, I got one question, man. I got this one mystery. Every time I go to New York, I've been everywhere, but won't nobody take me to the Bronx. Why? Could you explain it to me?
For one, you probably ain't hanging around no Puerto Ricans,
Okay.
or no Dominicans,
There we go.
or no Jamaicans.
Makes sense.
For two, Bronx is just as grimy as Brooklyn,
Right.
but it's Guala Guala land. So it's controlled mostly by the Hispanics.
Right.
So the people that you're with probably don't have that
No
kind
ties.
of, they probably don't have the
I
ties.
get it. I get it.
Right. So like you said, they purple gonna say, don't go there. Don't, you not, we don't got that pull here. Every borough is its own city.
I get it.
So if you're not from that borough, you may have one other borough that you're tough with or you tapped in with, and you'll be good. But I don't think there's anybody in New York City who got the same pull in one borough that they do in all the boroughs, unless they had no pull.
I get it. I get it. They're going to have to call somebody and say,
Right. Right, you're going to have to tap in.
I get it, man. So, now with this being said, everybody check this out. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. When he come back, he's going to be on Hood Hierarchy Live. Like I said, he's kicking off. I tried to do live with him. He said, why? We here right now. Let's
We
go.
live right now.
Let's go. So, yeah, we're going to bring him back so y'all can comment and talk to him, because I know y'all going to see these clips and stuff and these reels popping up for episode. So, what's next for you, man? What they need to know?
Man, I'm in South by Southwest right now. I'm actually doing a music program at San Diego City College, and right now,
Thanks for popping on our interview.
and so.
What?
Oh,
Hold on, show body. Y'all know, y'all see him. It's the infamous.
How you going high?
OGs and Young Guys podcast.
Show body, man.
You know, he a co-host of mine too. Show body in the building, man. He been shooting videos, working like crazy. South by Southwest. He had me performing. But
I'm out. Just interrupted. OGs and Young Guys podcast. How
In the building. So next, I'm in City College doing commercial music, so I can learn the ins and outs. And actually, I'm taking Logic, Pro Tools, and Ableton all at one time. I'm gonna be dropping a single on their mixtape that they're dropping, and I'm working on something this summer that's gonna change the way people are able to connect to hip hop artists and understand the authenticity that comes with the things that we do and the hard work that we go along with it.
I love it. Well, hey, anytime, man. I mean, anytime you want to come back and chop it up with me, let's do it, man.
Hey, you know, we only got part one here, so part two gonna be live.
We gotta
So
do it.
I'm glad we did this like this. So now on part two, now it'll be live. Now they can ask questions. Now they got some information about it, because we only probably have one third of the show.
I really appreciate this more than I could ever explain to you, man. So, give me your info one more time, where to find you, so they can check that music.
Velli, TOOVELLI. I have libraries on YouTube, Spotify. You can check me on Apple Music. Follow me on Instagram, Velli Official. Mr. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. When you hear that on your song, you know that's my tone. So listen real close.
Okay, y'all, hit that like, hit that shit, hit that subscribe. So we end every interview one way and one way only. I say, what's your hood? Oh, before you go, my bad. You got to give me a hood hierarchy drop. So say your name and shout out hood hierarchy.
It's Velli. Mr. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do on Hood Hierarchy, and we just try to be the highest.
No, I love it. So we end it every one the same way everywhere, man. I say, what's your hood? You tell me your hood. We out here. That's the last word. So, hey, what's the hood?
New York, neighborhood sixes. You know the vibe.